Hello, I'm James. Right now, there's some really cool, stylish coupes for sale that are really affordable, nowhere near as expensive as they once were, and they still feel relatively modern and newish. So let's take a look. The Peugeot RCZ. Coupes are all about looking good and looking stylish, and the RCZ ticks that box. Now these early models all have that huge fish mouth style front grille, which isn't to everyone's taste, but the facelift revised that and made it look a lot better. I especially like the styling of the roof and the roof pillars and the double bubble glass roof. Now these RCZs had a few different engines, including a diesel, but the one to go for is the 200 brake horsepower petrol version, which has a 1.6 litre turbo engine. There's even the RCZ-R, the hot version, which has tweaked styling and tweaked interior. It has the same engine, but that's tuned up to 270 brake horsepower. But these are really rare. They didn't sell that many, and because of that, they have a premium price tag. RCZ prices start at about £3,000, and for that you'll get the lower 156 brake horsepower version, which is still a good deal, but spend a little more and you can buy this 2013 facelift 200 brake horsepower version. It has 77,000 miles and it's just £5,000, so I think that's the better car to go for. The cheapest RCZ-R is £15,000, so it's a lovely car, but it's not worth the extra £10,000. The Alfa Romeo Barrera. Absolutely gorgeous looking car, looks aggressive and stylish all at the same time, very Italian looking. Interior, again, gorgeous place to be. Now engines, there's a few to pick from. There's a few diesels if that's what you're into. Then there's a 2.2 petrol, which is decent, but the one to go for is the 3.2 V6 model. And also in its last year, they did make a 1.8 turbo model, which has 200 brake horsepower, but they are pretty rare and expensive. The Barrera's V6 engine is made by General Motors, and it develops 260 brake horsepower. Now that powers the all-wheel drive system, and that system favours the rear wheels to give the driver a better experience. Now these cars are holding the value well now, and they're only going to go up in price, but I did find this 2006 Barrera, a 3.2 Q4, it's done 80,000 miles, looks like it's got a panoramic roof as well for £5,600. And just to compare, if you did want the 2010 1.8 turbo, I did find this one for £10,000. That's a big price difference, so I'd go for the V6. The Mazda RX8 R3. Now I'm specifically talking about the facelift version of this car, which happened in about 2009. Now I know you can buy the older cars for about £1,000, but they're much older, higher mileage, probably been badly maintained, and might cause you a big headache. People are generally nervous to buy this car because of the Wankel rotary engine, compression issues, needing lots of oil, amongst other things. But don't let that put you off. It's not all bad news for this Mazda. This rear-wheel drive R3 still has the 1.3 rotary engine, and that develops 230 brake horsepower, and it revs like crazy up to 9,000 RPM, and it sounds really good. Now this facelift benefited from newer styled front and rear lights, front and rear bumpers, side skirts, an upgraded interior. It had some mechanical upgrades and a stiffened body. It's much rarer too. Looking online, I found this 2009 R3, looks great in red, just 60,000 miles, £5,800. What an absolute bargain. The Honda CRZ. This Honda looks pretty good. I like its wedge shape, it's very reminiscent in looks of the CRX from the 1980s. It's a good looking car. It is a hybrid. It has a 1.5 litre petrol engine mated to an electric motor, which gives this Honda 122 brake horsepower, which isn't going to blow you away, but if you're looking to save the planet and own a stylish coupe, then this could be for you. Now with this hybrid, the petrol engine is always on. The electric motor is there to help performance and give you better fuel economy, and you get a nice 6-speed manual transmission. Now considering the clever technology this car has, and its very modern sci-fi-like interior, these Hondas are really great buys right now. You can buy them from as little as £3,000, but spend a little more to get a lower mileage example like this 2010 model with 56,000 miles in black with lots of main dealer history. The Mini Coupe. Minis appeal to lots of people, that's why they're so popular, and those wanting a coupe now could. Now it's based on the standard Mini, and now it looks even more distinctive. The windscreen's been heavily swept back and the roof has been dropped and dramatically restyled. The roof has an unusual design. It's meant to look like a baseball cap in reverse. It has a large built-in spoiler and another automatic deployable spoiler at the rear. There's a few engines to pick from. There's a 2-litre diesel and various petrol engines, with the John Cooper Works topping the range with its 1.6 turbocharged engine, giving it 211 brake horsepower. And then there's the Cooper and Cooper S in between. Now the interior is typically mini. It's very quirky and stylish, and this coupe only has 2 seats, by the way, which means it has a huge boot. Now you don't see that many of these cars on the road, and I think because it's quite rare and unusual, it will fast become a modern classic mini. Mini coupe prices start at about £4,000, which is quite cheap, and for that you'll get a Mini Cooper, but spend a little more to buy this 2011 Cooper S. It's only done 50,000 miles and it's £5,000. Or you could buy this £6,500 John Cooper Works version. It's from 2012 and it's only done 57,000 miles. Just a few other cars well worthy of a mention. The more obvious choice is an Audi TT. Lots for sale in this budget, a good solid car. VW Scirocco, my choice would be the 2-litre TSI. It's a really good looking quality car. BMW 1 Series Coupe for a bit of rear wheel drive fun. The Nissan 350Z. I really like this car and it's got that nice 3.5 V6 engine. The Hyundai Veloster, half hatchback, half coupe. Unusual car, that one. Then there's the Mercedes CLC. There's some good low mileage examples for this budget. Thank you for watching this video. If you've made it this far, there's lots of great value, modern, stylish, fast coupes in this budget. I've owned a few coupes myself in the past, and possibly will do again in the future. I'll see you later. Please like and subscribe.